Hey, you don't have a gun on you, bro, do you? He's victim? Okay.
Last night at the Showbox 2, your backpack with a phone gets stolen out of your car.
Don't worry about that right now, man.
No, let me tell you what to do.
When a basketball legend, a stolen phone, and a parking lot showdown all collide, things are bound to get messy. Today we're diving into the chaotic night when former NBA superstar Shawn Kemp turned a quiet trip to the mall into a full-blown crime scene. What started as a personal mission to recover his stolen stuff ended with gunfire, flashing lights, and one of the most unexpected arrests in sports history.
On the silver 4Runner, Adam from Lincoln, 8889, I'll add the registration. Call.
Hey, you don't have a gun on you, bro, do you? He's victim? Okay. Where'd this all happen at?
Alright, so it's March 8, 2023, and the Tacoma Mall parking lot is about to become the backdrop for something no one saw coming. The body cam kicks on, and the first thing officers spot is a silver Toyota 4Runner sitting near JCPenney's. But the real surprise, standing nearby, is Shawn Kemp. Yes, the Rain Man himself. The officer wastes no time. Right off the bat, you know this is no regular stop. Kemp stays calm, tells them he's the victim, and points out exactly where this all went down. That's when the cops realize this isn't just a car prowl call. This is something much bigger.
Somewhere over there. You want to look for casings that way?
I actually caught him last night at the Emerald Police Casino.
Okay, so what happened then?
They broke into my car last night, man.
Okay, what happened tonight?
Today, I started tracking them about 3:30 this morning.
Kemp starts unpacking the whole story. The guy broke into Kemp's car, stole his phone, backpack, and business keys, and vanished. But Kemp, he wasn't about to let that go. He fired up his phone tracker at 3:30 a.m., followed the signal, and ended up right here, face to face with the same Toyota 4Runner from the night before. This is no coincidence. This is a full-blown vigilante stakeout starring Shawn Kemp.
And then he tried to play me to the side, man.
Okay, so you confronted somebody that
Yeah, then he fired a few shots off him.
Okay, and what was he driving?
Toyota something.
A Toyota something?
Yeah, Toyota something.
Okay, a 4Runner maybe?
There you go.
4Runner?
Toyota 4Runner.
And where'd you confront him at over by JCPenney's? Can you explain?
Yeah, I parked like right here. They were...
When the officers ask where exactly this face-off happened, Kemp gestures toward a couple of nearby parking spots. That line hits different, because it's not just about the phone anymore, it's about disrespect, and Kemp wasn't walking away from that.
You didn't get a plate by chance, nah?
No, I didn't get his plate. That motherfucker ran over the pole over there trying. And when they fired that first couple of shots, I was just like, shit.
Okay.
Good thing I got to the back. I mean, the thing about it is the phone is replaceable.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that these guys, man, just ripped us off.
Oh, I'd be pissed too. I gotcha, yeah.
No, that's all it was, man.
Yeah.
And just like that, shots fired. Kemp doesn't even hesitate when the cops ask if he fired. He says it almost casually, like this is just step 3 in his investigation.
And then I kind of see some movement in that back seat. And then I watched enough where I was just like, nah, don't go for that shit.
Yeah.
As soon as I took 3 steps back, the window rolled down, and that was the first one. Bloop.
Was it on the left side of the car or the right side of the car? The white guy that shot?
Shit.
It's okay if you don't know.
I don't remember.
You just know someone in the back seat rolled down the window and started shooting?
Yeah.
And what did the white guy look like?
But here's the twist. Kemp swears the suspects fired first. According to him, someone in the backseat rolled down a window and opened fire before he even got the chance to say much.
He was smart.
See what he was wearing at all or not?
He was real low in the car.
Gotcha. Did you see the gun at all?
No, I didn't see the gun. I saw that. I heard that shit, that first one, and then that's when I started.
The shooter, Kemp says he saw a white guy in the back seat, low in the car, barely visible. He couldn't get a clear look, but he knows that's where the first shot came from.
Do you know where? He doesn't. He said just somewhere over there. Yeah, because if we can track it, we get oh, you got the whole thing.
Okay. So it's right here. I mean, this is...
Is that updated right now? Because that should be plus close to where we're at.
Now Kemp's in full survival mode. He fires back, trying to defend himself. This isn't some random parking lot argument anymore. It's an actual shootout with shoppers, cars, and mall workers all around.
For our victim, he's tracking his phone over by Chipotle if we got units Let's do an area check for that 4Runner. Yeah, we got it. I got it.
Give us to check the area of Chipotle.
The officers realize they're standing in a live crime scene, and somewhere out there, those suspects are still on the move. Meanwhile, Kemp is standing there, still processing what just happened, trying to convince the cops that he's the victim, not the threat.
Hey. So, listen, just be cool with us.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some information over here that you might need to be detained, okay? So we're just trying to figure out what's going on. Did you shoot at all or anything?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
At this point, the officers have heard enough. They're not taking any chances. They tell Kemp, and Kemp, he doesn't fight it. No attitude, no arguing. He admits straight up, he fired his gun.
Here, let's just. You got his arm right there? Yeah. Just be cool with us, bro, okay?
I'm putting here on my phone, man.
I got you.
Y'all doing this to the wrong person, man.
I don't know. Just be cool.
That's all we investigate, man. A couple questions in a second. There's going to be an investigation, Doc. What do you guys do, man? Right now, I'm going to go see if I can one.
They move in, grab his arm, and on go the cuffs. Think about that for a second. A 6-time NBA All-Star, a guy who used to have crowds chanting his name, is now standing in a mall parking lot getting cuffed like any other suspect. That's how fast this thing flipped.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the law. You have the right to stand and talk to a lawyer and have your lawyer present with you while you're being questioned. Or if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before you.
Then comes the part everyone's seen in every crime show, the Miranda rights. You know the drill, but hearing those words hit different when they're being read to a guy who once played in the NBA Finals.
Okay. All right, you get here through tracking the phone. How does this evolve into what it's
all right, so what I'm basically is like this. Let me tell you guys what the deal was, man.
Don't worry about that right now, man.
No, let me tell you what the deal. When I got out my goddamn car, and I told, because last night when I approached this guy, actually, I tracked him to the Emerald Queens. So I was parked at the Emerald Queens, and well, you know, on the phone tracker, sometimes it'll ping here, but it's not there. I don't know if you guys know what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? It might, or if a person moves, it might say they're here for a second, but they're not. So anyways, I tracked him to the Emerald Queens last night. When I pulled beside his car, I was just like, yo, you guys broke into my car, but then his truck took off. So I couldn't track him anymore because of my phone died.
Once he's cuffed, Kemp tries to explain himself. He tells them how he tracked his phone, how his business keys were in the stolen backpack, how this wasn't about revenge. He was just trying to get his stuff back, he says. You can hear it in his voice. This wasn't some planned ambush. In his mind, this was personal survival mode.
Is that your gun right there? Which revolver? The one he's holding. Is this your gun?
Yeah, that's the gun I use. It ain't my gun, but it's the gun I use, though.
Are you a convicted felon? Did you buy that gun legally? Do you have a CPL?
No, but I did buy it, but I didn't buy it. I bought it in Texas.
Then comes the gun question. And it's a problem. Kemp admits the gun is his, but there's one big issue. No concealed carry license in Washington. That's the moment you can almost feel the legal walls closing in. Whatever happens next, this is officially serious.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Imagine if a kid got hit. And then it's like, you put us in a bad spot because it's like, what do we do? You know what I mean?
Right. I'm not mad at you guys at all, man.
I appreciate you being cool with us, man. It's just,
but it's just like,
it's a shitty situation all around. So I'll tell you this though. We got a sergeant coming. Okay, we're gonna advise him what happened. Okay, what you told us, what people told us, right? And we'll go from there. Okay. Obviously, we gotta document what happened.
Right, but I mean, my ass is in trouble. There's no ifs, ands, buts. Nobody's in trouble with me.
Well, the good news is the mall's got a ton of security footage, right? There's footage from here, there's footage from the mall over there, right? So, you know, if what you're telling me is accurate, right? Which I hope it is, you know, then we can figure everything out, right?
Damn, man, this sucks.
With Kemp cuffed and the scene locked down, reality starts to hit. One of the officers levels with him. That one line, it says everything. This wasn't just a bad night for Kemp. This was a bullet away from a tragedy. To his credit, Kemp doesn't blow up. No attitude, no excuses. Instead, he says, "It's weird. It's like you're watching two versions of Shawn Kemp at once. One's a frustrated guy who just wanted his phone back, and the other's a public figure who knows his reputation is on the line."
There's the jail. For one, the jail's only accepting misdemeanor, or is not accepting misdemeanor crimes, right? They're only accepting felonies. And at this point, there's no felonies that have been committed here, right? So,
I'm gonna tell you guys, man, I'm not no criminal, man.
I know you're
I want you guys to think that's why I say I love police officers. I love this area. But you got some badass people around here stealing people.
We know.
Shit,
We
man.
know.
I mean, they're just.
Yeah.
I got 6 cars broken into the last.
That's when the officers drop the reality check. They can't just cut him loose. The local jail isn't even accepting misdemeanors that night. The only way Kemp's getting booked is if they file it as a felony. And right now, they're looking at a drive-by shooting. Kemp stays calm, but you can feel it. This isn't just a misunderstanding anymore. This is a career-defining disaster.
Our sergeant he's making phone calls, and at this point it seems like he wants to just get you out of here too, but it's above a sergeant level now. It's a lieutenant, so just keep being cool like you are, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.
You want this closed? I can close it. Yeah? Okay.
Even the sergeant admits this is above his pay grade. It's a lieutenant level decision now, and they're taking Kemp in. The officer tells him straight, and Kemp, still calm, still polite, almost like a guy who knows the only way out of this is to cooperate and pray the truth comes out later.
Is this the phone you used to track him with, this one?
Yes, sir. Okay. This is the phone case.
Phone case. What's in here, Sean? Oh, these are more bullets, huh?
Sorry, sir.
Hold up. Don't go back in.
Go ahead.
So we'll take this. Okay, Sean, you're good. Have a seat back in there, man.
Shit. Take his ass to jail.
Okay. Good there?
I'll manage.
Okay. All right.
That's right.
I'll take his phone. They want it from maybe that for at least.
All right, Ron. Yep.
Before heading to jail, they make a pit stop at headquarters. The detectives want to talk. This is Kemp's shot to lay it all out. The break-in, the tracking, the shots, the whole thing. One officer even tries to reassure him. You can tell Kemp's hoping this is his chance to clear his name, because by now, every news station in town already knows Shawn Kemp's been arrested for a shooting.
When we get to the jail, we'll talk. Right now, you know what? You see what I'm pointing towards? Yeah, we'll talk at the jail, okay?
That's a felony.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
So that's what we were directed to do. So
I can't have no felony, brother.
yeah, doesn't mean just because it's on there doesn't mean charges are going to be filed like that way. You know what I mean? We'll talk when we get to the jail. Yeah.
When they officially write him up, it's right there on the paperwork, drive-by shooting. But the officer makes one thing clear. In other words, Kemp's future hanging by a thread.
Yeah, drive-by shooting is a felony, man. That's a damn. That'll put you down. That is drive-by shooting.
Yeah.
With With Kemp fully processed and the paperwork done, the officer spells it out. That charge hits hard, not some minor incident, but a serious felony that could carry real time if it sticks. And standing in cuffs, with cameras rolling, Shawn Kemp knows exactly how bad this looks.
Hey Shawn, I just got a call from our sergeant. We're taking you back to headquarters. Detectives are going to interview with you, okay? Honestly, it's probably a better thing because you'll be able to speak with detectives and you explain,
because they'll be able to ask that, you know, that's their job, man. They'll be able to ask all the important questions.
The sergeant's calling again. Yes, sir.
On the way to HQ, the officers explain the next step. The detectives want to hear everything directly from Kemp. This is Kemp's one real shot to explain himself before the system fully locks into place. The officer tries to reassure him, but Kemp's been around long enough to know the court of public opinion already made up its mind the second his name hit the police scanner.
I gotta go find the detective. And then
After we do that, let's grab your computer. We'll go upstairs to the second floor. And it's not matter of reports.
No, we'll just put him. Because Ron's gonna be doing other stuff. Ron's...
By the time the sun comes up, Kemp catches a temporary break. They release him without charges, at least for now. The prosecutor's office wants to review the footage, the evidence, and the full story before deciding whether to actually press charges. In the end, one stolen backpack, a few seconds of gunfire, and a lifetime of decisions all collided in a mall parking lot. This case proves it doesn't matter how famous you are, one bad decision can rewrite your whole story. And for Shawn Kemp, the final verdict is still hanging in the air. Until we meet again, remember to stay safe and keep informed.